Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms taking me live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Tune Up Tuesday. Sorry, I'm just overexcited today because I have so much going on and so much amazing stuff is going to happen, and I got a lot to squeeze into today. So, with that, it is Tune Up Tuesday. Tune Up Tuesday is when we look at making tweaks and changes to our policies, our procedures, how we do things to our lives. It could be anything from a minor change to a major overhaul. If you start with one small change and keep doing that repeatedly, it is surprising how quickly that will become a habit and things. It's like with the Facebook Lives, I got challenged to do a Facebook Live every day for a year. And I went, okay. Then thought of the implications of that later on. Well, here we are at day 800 and what am I up to? 74. And we're going for 1,096, which is 3 years. So I'm super excited that I'm just over 6 months away from achieving that goal. But, I started off with one Facebook Live a day. Sometimes there was 2 or 3 in there based on where we were traveling at the time and what I wanted to share with you. And then we got to St. Patrick's Day 2020. And it was like, I am so fed up of seeing all this negative crap coming along my Facebook feed. I need to change this. And then it suddenly dawned on me that I didn't need to change the feed. I needed to change what was going on in here. And that is because what you think about, what you think about, and hang on, when you put the thoughts out there, that's what you get back at you. So it's boomeranged back. And I was like, okay, I must be putting out some negative vibes and they're boomeranging back at me and it's showing up in my Facebook feed. So at that point is when I made the decision to make the change and acted on it to start doing 2 Facebook Lives a day. But I still have my commitment of at least one Facebook Live a day for a year. But I made the decision at that point to do 2 Facebook Lives a day and help start the day in a positive way so that my feed would change. And it did. I started putting the positivity out there in the mornings and my feed changed. Whenever I get on a soapbox and start harping on about something and I get upset about it, my Facebook feed changes within 24 hours. So I get on here and I think about what I want to talk about each day. And this is molded and changed. And this morning one has molded and changed over the time that we've been doing this. And so it's been very interesting watching that change. Will there be more changes coming? Probably. Who knows what the next 6 months is going to bring. But what changes are you putting in place now in preparation for 2022? I already have my 2022 planner. I'm putting dates into there for next year already. Starting to, see what my days are shaping up like and seeing where I can make changes to make improvements. And so it's all about looking at what do you do now? What can you do better? What do you not need to do that you can give to somebody else to do? And so it's starting to look at that. And because of the intentions that for my birthday resolutions that I wrote a couple of weeks ago, I'm looking at those more seriously now and going, okay, I need to get this stuff on my calendar. So I have my 2022 planner out this morning. I was putting stuff in there. And my next step is to look at my intention, my resolutions were for my birthday resolutions, and to start putting things in place to help make them happen. Start planning things like, I want to go up into the northern states because I haven't been up to that part of America yet. And I want to go up to, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, all up in Michigan and all up around in that area that I have never been before. And it's going to be a big trip. We'll be back on the road. So what can I start putting in place now to make that happen? And it's looking ahead of what places can I reserve now? When do I want to get on the road? When do I want to start this travel? How long do I want to travel? What things do I want to stop and see along the way? Who do I want to stop and see along the way? And start putting those plans in place now for that trip. I'm also planning some other stuff in 2022. And it's like, where is that going to fit in with my traveling? And when I stop at a travel place, I still have a contract that I do on a regular basis every day. So I have to make sure that I keep those contracts, which means I could end up traveling on weekends. I don't travel on weekends very well, but It's to be in place to make my work commitments, as well as allowing the time in there to do some sightseeing and stuff as well, and learning about things. And part of the thing that we're looking at doing next year on this trip is tying this trip that we're going to be doing back to genealogy by bringing you history about some of the places we're going to be visiting, some of the people that were involved in creating that history in that area, and maybe looking at their family trees a little bit. Who knows? You could be related to one of the people we talk about. Who knows? So you're going to see a lot more genealogy stuff starting to come through. And I put my family tree answers on hold for now, but I'm making plans for that next year, because I sort of like just jumped into it. I'm going to start doing this and just started. And then I got there and I was sort of like, okay, I need a plan. I've got people I want to interview on the family tree answers, to hear their stories, fellow genealogists about the specialties that they do and some of the interesting stories that they have. So you can just see how you can tie history in with your family and make it more personable to you. And that's what we're looking at for next year. So there's lots of stuff we've got to plan. And this Tuesday is part of that planning process. What plans are you putting in place for 2022? What things are you putting out there that you want to accomplish in 2022? Most people start looking now about their New Year's resolutions, what they want to do. I'm tying mine to my birthday. They have to be done by next birthday. And I've already written down my intentions, like with my birthday, today I am celebrating da 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 da. Today I am celebrating da 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 da. Today I am celebrating. Today is, and put the date in there, and I am celebrating, and always put it in the present tense. And that makes it come more alive for you as you start walking towards it, and working towards it too. But anyway, I got to get out of here. I'm going to tell you a story tonight on the Facebook Live tonight. So the tell your story question for the month. I've got to think of one for next month. What is one of your favorite holidays/vacation memories? And it's not just Christmas, New Year, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa type holidays or Thanksgiving holidays. It's any vacation you have taken. So it could be a summer vacation. It could be a winter vacation. It could be a ski trip that you did. It could be a week you spent by a lake in a summer. Whatever vacations you have taken. I mean, so far I've talked about a weekend at a bed and breakfast and a weekend in New York. Upper New York State. We've talked about some of the trips I did as my teenage years and my younger years. We've talked about the river cruise that I did 10 years ago. In fact, what's today's date? 21st, and we were already home by then. Were we home by then? Hang on. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we would have 21st of December. We would have arrived home, I think, yesterday, 10 years ago from that trip. Because I know that the day we boarded the boat was my birthday. And so, and it was a 7-night cruise. And then we had 3 nights in Budapest before we flew home. And it was like a 30-hour trip, 30, I think it was 30 hours by the time we calculated everything with the flight times and the layovers. And because we had 3 flights on that one. We flew from Budapest to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Boston, Boston to LA. So, yeah, business class the whole way. It was nice. I think that's what we did. Budapest to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Boston, Boston. Yeah, so we had 3 different flights, and I think it ended up being like a total of like 30 to 32 hours travel time from when we left Budapest to when we arrived in LA. Yeah, that was a long trip. I thought even my trips to New Zealand weren't that long. Living in LA, it was 2 meals, 2 sleeps, and a movie. No, 2 meals, 2 movies, and a sleep. 2 meals, 2 movies, and a sleep. Yeah, that's right. We'll leave in the evening and arrive at breakfast in time for breakfast the next morning. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got stuff I got to go do today. Lots of planning. Yay! So go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling Tune-Up Tuesday. Start thinking on your plans for 2022. What changes do you need? What stuff do you need to start putting in place now for that, so that you can actually start on it before January 1st. There's a challenge for you. Put your plans in place now. Start on those plans before January 1st. So when January 1st hits, you are already at full speed. Have a super fantastic, sparkling day, and we'll catch you around 6 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. Hey, konera.